All right, welcome back into the Daily Fix every single day right here at noon. And I'm telling you, Stevie, I'm on the road. There's Steve Surt in a little box. First and foremost, Daily Fix presented by Foolish Club Media. Go ahead and like and subscribe immediately. Like and subscribe, and no pressure. If you do not, you are preventing my children from eating. So go ahead, like and subscribe. Those of you on Twitter watching. Hello, hello. But hey, man, Daily Fix on the road, baby. I'm out here. I'm out here in Canton, Ohio. Gonna go check out the Hall of Fame, baby. Out here,
Nice.
gonna have a good time, baby. Gonna run into Derek Thomas. Gonna do my thing. Gonna have a good time out here. I just want to, before we get to these topics, I want to tell that lady on our flight that decided to throw up on the flight and throw up in her purse. And then she was also on the connecting flight
Oh,
and just tried to clean out the throw up on the purse, but left it. When you walk down the aisle, and yes, I covered any seats next to me to try to make it seem like that there was no way you could sit next to me.
no.
I can still smell the stench of your throw up, and I can't get it away from me. You have to,
You have to
Steve.
throw that bag away.
I don't care if it's Gucci. I don't care what it is.
That's
I, and I'm
unbelievable.
and I'm going to tell you what, it wasn't Gucci. All right, this is and I mean, this is a lady. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely utterly ridiculous. And she's almost tried to ruin the start of my trip. I'm not going to let her. I was almost 7:30 in the morning driven to drink because of that smell. What a disgusting
Oh,
display.
I would have. I
And
would have
the,
been drinking on the plane.
and she's solo, which was sad. Older lady. I mean, she's like she could have been married to Mr. Belvedere. It's ridiculous. But
It's I have the working theories with this, and it's people on planes and people at the grocery store. Never will you find more inconsiderate people in
oh,
those two places.
she's a real wench. That's the best way I can describe it. Ridiculous. Just threw up all over herself and kept and threw up in the bag. Boy, you got to be kidding me. All right, now that I got that broad out of the way, that has really chapped my hide. To be honest with you, I want to get to a couple of things because I love what's happening too. What people are trying to call a contender, but I just don't know if you can do it. I don't know if you can call them a contender. They just got too much mess. You think the Chiefs got mess? They got too much mess. And I'm telling you, I'm going to need some answers. I'm going to need some answers on how, again, the Chiefs have been disrespected. But first, I need to get at you, Steve. What is your problem with Jarrett McKinnon? I just want a full disclosure. This guy doesn't want any parts of Jarrett McKinnon. And I don't know why. They're trying to fill a role of him with Kadarius Toney because they don't have anything else. And it's a bad idea, a horrible idea. They don't have a running back that can do the things that he can do. Hence why they're trying to make that be Kadarius Toney. Well, Kadarius can't block. And I think, hell, he may be the most trusted back the Chiefs have had the last couple of years in terms of pass blocking. He can do what you want him to do out of the backfield. He's a running back. He is shifty. I like him. I know the only big issue is he has an issue of staying healthy. But to me, they need to go ahead and just bring 32-year-old, get his number one right. He's going to have to go with something else since Xavier Worthy has it. But I don't understand your hatred, little box, for the thought of bringing Jarek McKinnon back.
I don't hate Jarek McKinnon. I
No,
just
I said your thought
uh,
of bringing him back.
full disclosure, when I put this down on our show sheet as like potential topics, I said if they bring Jarek McKinnon back, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna be pissed. Why? Explain yourself, Stephen. It makes sense.
They held on to Jarek McKinnon a year too long last season, and it was coming off of the stretch where he had the previous season where he scored in like 9 straight games and was amazing for them. Like, credit to Jarek McKinnon at that age, all the injuries that he's dealt with in his career, like, had some very nice seasons for the Kansas City Chiefs. Nothing wrong with that. But this is like a total Chiefs move of like, we didn't do anything to address any of our running back depth. We know Isaiah Pacheco is going to have a bigger role this season. Let's just go ahead and bring Jerick McKinnon back. And I don't want them to do that. I want to see what they can do with some young players and see if there's anything that they can find there. Maybe it is Deneric Prince, who's been getting a ton of run in training camp. Maybe they have something there in him. Jerick McKinnon was not good last season when he was healthy for the Chiefs. Like, he just looked old and looked like he had lost a step because the injuries piled up. So, yes, I'm going to be very annoyed if they just bring Jerick McKinnon back.
I disagree with you. I think your take is interfering with your feels of what you saw. He was not horrible.
He was not good. He was not good last season.
He had some injuries, but he was solid for his role. And his role right now, they don't have anybody. You believe Prince can fill the role of pass catching weapon that can also be a good third down back? You believe that? Now, I can get with you, Steve, with the thought
he's been locked in ahead of Clyde on the depth chart so far in training camp.
Yeah, sure, he's not, but neither Clyde's not that either, right? Like, Clyde's not the third down back that can go out, pass block, and you trust, and can go out and make plays in the passing game, right? Like I can get with your point, Steve, that they didn't address it. I would have liked, because I feel like there are always guys in the draft that they could have brought in that are young or somebody in free agent to fill that role, but they didn't. And since they didn't, bring on McKinnon. Your disdain for that move
wasn't good last season.
It's over.
He looked old and slow.
I don't agree with that. And he looked injured. I mean, man, God, I can just think of the plays. What a huge conversion in that Super Bowl he made. God, it was great. You can say they got great chemistry with Mahomes. All right, I got it, jackass. All right, this NFL Top 100, it finally came out. The top 10 came out, and the Chiefs have 3 in the top 10. Chris Jones at 10, Travis Kelce at 5, which I don't know. That feels a little high based off what we watched last year.
You had 1,000 yards last season.
I know it. In the postseason, he looked like it. And then Mahomes was number 2 behind Christian McCaffrey. And listen, some may say Mahomes number 2. That's not even my bone to pick. Serta, if I am not mistaken, and I have gone through this list multiple times, and this is one done by the players. Serta, those are the only 3 Chiefs on the top 100. That's ridiculous. I mean, that is ridiculous and disrespectful to the. I mean, Joe Tooney is an All-Pro.
And Snead and McDuffie not making the list is absolutely insane.
Absolutely insane. And I wouldn't even count Snead because he's not on the team currently. But he didn't make the list, and McDuffie didn't make the list. McDuffie's a first-team All-American. I mean, first-team All-Pro. Got me all flustered, like he's at Washington again. He's a first-team All-Pro. He couldn't get in there over Zaire Franklin at 100. Like, I'm not even tripping about where it's on the list. Like, Creed Humphrey is not a top 100 player in the NFL. I'm sorry. Steve, if you're a first-team All-Pro or a second-team All-Pro, you got to crack the top 100. I'm sorry. You just have to, right? I mean, it is insane to me. I look at some of the guys on there. Hell, I think George Karlaftis had an argument.
It feels like the players are just sick of the Chiefs. That's literally all it is. Why they don't just vote Patrick Mahomes number 1 every year, because they know he absolutely should be.
Nick Bolton nowhere near. I mean, you may be tired of him, but there's respect. I mean, that is insane. You're right. The most egregious are the 2 corners. There's no way in the world that L'Jarius Sneed, he shut and locked down everybody. Justin Jefferson should have ran his ass up into the top 10. A.J. Brown should have ran him up into the top 10.
I guarantee you there's corners on the list that didn't play anywhere near the level that Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed did last season.
Absolutely there are. It's ridiculous. I mean, you got to be kidding me on there. It's just wow. That really gets under my damn skin. They should have had about 7 guys on that list at the very least. All right, I get really, I don't know why, maybe I'm sick. I'm getting real enjoyment out of this. but this little the little powwows that are happening between Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson, and somewhere I don't know if it's because Aaron Rodgers decided to hightail it to Egypt instead of going to mandatory minicamp when he knew of the trip a year ago and knew of the dates. I don't know what has happened, but Garrett Wilson has said, "I've given you a year to be Aaron Rodgers, but now, no, Doc, no, man, I'm gonna go ahead and come at you just the way I want to come at you, and I don't care what it is." I love this. I love this, and I'm telling you, I think this is getting flustered. Aaron's gonna probably try to get Garrett Wilson up out of there. I know they keep coming to each other talking about, oh man, oh, you think he's not trying to explore the Raiders straight up for Devontae Adams? Like you think he thinks like he keeps coming out.
They should cut Aaron Rodgers before they trade Garrett Wilson for Devontae Adams.
Okay, I'm just telling you, old stash H over there trying to work his magic. All I'm saying is, like, I look over there and I'm like, at some point, like Garrett Wilson's like, dude, you're just you ain't above me. Like I'm gonna come at you now. Aaron is playing it right. Like, oh no, man, we're good, man. We're shaking it up. It's just regular conversation. No, he's pissed. He's pissed, and he is looking to go, how dare you talk to me like that, Garrett Wilson? I am enjoying this. A lot of people think that these guys are contenders. Like, there's just too much drama and craziness around this thing for them to be contenders. But I love it.
The reports out of Jets training camp, too, are that the offense has just been terrible. Like, their defense is going to be great again because they have too much talent there. But there's been all kinds of reporting about how bad the offense has looked the entirety of their training camp so far.
Yeah, your leader of your team, your quarterback, played 4 plays last year and then just said, nah, man, I'll be back when I need to. Mandatory minicamp, man, I'll be back when I need to. Garrett Wilson said, if your ass gonna go to Egypt while we all here sweating and playing mandatory minicamp, then your ass gets to get cussed out when you make mistakes. Garrett over there saying, that wasn't just on me. That was on you. I love it. I'm here for this party and this popcorn because I know one thing. Robert Saleh is not equipped to handle any of it, and it is going to be a fun watch. Hi, Mom.